Hello and welcome to our Nikken Wellness Community Call. My name is Mike DiMuccio from Toronto, Canada, a former aerospace engineer and a senior member of the Nikken community of 28 years. I'd like to set an intention for this call, if I may, that with an open mind and open heart, you'll find our message and means to be congruent with a better quality of life for yourself and feel compelled to join our global wellness community. For 45 years, Nikken has been championing the cause of total wellness through a deep understanding and the need for individuals to be more in harmony with nature and for personal success to be more in alignment with freedom and fairness. We call it humans being more, expressed through a balance in 5 key pillars of wellness and with active engagement through a wellness lifestyle. Today's call features many exceptional humans being more. There are 3 parts of the call. In part 1, hosted by Nikken Royal Diamond wellness consultant and best-selling author Ben Woodward, we will hear the personal experiences and benefits received with Nikken from the community members of varied backgrounds. In part 2, presented by Nikken Platinum consultants Ruth and Robert Lowe, we'll offer an overview of the scope, depth, and relevance of Nikken as a better way for achieving total wellness through our active wellness approach. And finally, in part 3, Nikken Royal Diamond and physiologist Dr. Gary Lindner will facilitate a health professionals panel followed by Q&A. Please write your questions in the chat as we go through the presentations. We'll answer as many as possible in the time remaining. A follow-up email has also been prepared for you for your review after the call. It'll be sent to you by the person who invited you to this call. Now, sit back and enjoy. Over to you, Ben.
Thank you very much, Mike. Again, welcome everyone. So thrilled to be a part of this experience with you. We recognize in the world that we live in today, the critical need for being able to hear and get any experience that we want to buy into and participate in, to recognize the value of other people that have had their own experience with this as well. So that being the case, like Mike said, we're going to start off today by hearing from the testimonials of others from around the world that have had their own unique experiences with Nikken. So first off, we're going to hear from Amelia Coe from the United Kingdom. After Amelia has spoken, we'll hear from Julia Bogliola from France. And after Julia, we'll hear from Jaime Gonzalez from Colombia. Amelia, over to you.
Thank you, Ben, and hi everyone. Thank you for inviting me to be part of the call today. My name's Amelia. I'm a mom of 2 boys, and one of the things that I enjoy most about Nikken is the fact that I can choose to work when I want and with who I want. So I studied Japanese at university, and I can remember when I graduated, I had people suggesting that there were alternative ways of working, but I very much rejected them and was quite keen to just get a job. I wanted to be told what to do and when to do it because I'd been in school and in university and that's all I knew. And so those entrepreneurial sort of things were very alien to me. And so yeah, I got a job. I worked in finance and marketing and I was an executive PA, but I very quickly realized that it was not fulfilling and I was exhausted. I had no time for myself. I had no energy to do any of the things that I wanted to do, and I didn't really have the money to do it anyway. And so I wanted something more, but I didn't really know what it was or how to ask for it or how to find it. And then it wasn't really until I started a family that, it became more urgent to find something a bit different because I basically didn't want to have to pay out for childcare just to sit in front of a computer at a job that I didn't really enjoy anyway. And so that's when Nikken came along. I was raised in a wellness home actually. Magnets, they're not unfamiliar to me. I have a lot of family in Japan and so yeah, magnets are very common around the house. And yeah, alternative approaches to health and preventative health is very much part of my upbringing and part of my children's life as well. So the line of products it all makes sense to me, but it was then the business that excited me. And having rejected all of these things 10 years before, I was actually quite excited to think that everything was in my control, how successful I became or how large or how fast I grew a business. And the fact that I could have control over my time, it's highlighted particularly this week because my little one was due to start kindergarten. And he lasted 20 minutes before I got a phone call from the teacher saying he's just not ready. Can you come and get him? He's ready to go home. So I'm just grateful to be able to have that flexibility to be able to adapt to a situation and think, actually, he's not ready for that environment. He does go to a Waldorf Steiner school, so it's very much centered around child development. But yeah, I can adapt to that and I can work around it, and I'm not forced into a decision to go out to work just because I need to work in a job. So yeah, I like to be able to work when I want. And in terms of with who I work with, I did always work with very nice people, even if I did secretly resent the work that I was doing. But yeah, with Nikken, I can choose to work choose who I work with. And again, it's just about the healthy environment, whether it's your physical environment in the home or your emotional environment in terms of who you're spending your time with. Both of those are going to shape who you are and how your life is. So yeah, I love being able to choose to surround myself with this community, with positive and purpose-driven people. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Amelia. It's interesting what you said when you referenced the need to change your circumstances when the family came along. Mm. Yeah, you'd felt it before, but that gave added impetus. It's been said, hasn't it, that people often aren't willing to change until the pain of the problem becomes greater than the pain of the solution. And it's interesting for those of you that are listening today, you know, where are you at on that scale? You know, is the pain of the problem becoming greater than the pain of the solution? Do we need to wait until that point? We really don't. So, but great point that you raised there, and great to see you enjoying the freedom and flexibility that you do now. That's great, thank you. So we're gonna pass the time now over to Julia. So over to you in France, Julia.
Hello, everybody. Well, my name is Julia. I live in the south of France, but originally I come from another country. I come from Russia. I was born in Moscow, and I have spent 25 first years of my life there. And then I moved to France. I have met Nikken for the first time in December of 2004. In the period of my life, I was living in Montreal, and I was doing my immigration to Canada with my family. Well, my life and my future were there. And I came back to France for Christmas holidays. And there I met Jean-Marie Gilbert, who is now a French Royal Diamond. And he came to Nice for a wellness preview, and my friends invited me to discover a new health concept. I went there with my husband, Eric, and honestly, after the first presentation, we didn't understand the product. It was completely new for us, and we didn't understand the business neither. But we were very impressed by Insel's tests, and we were conquered by Jean-Marie's attitude. And in addition, he told us that Nikken would open the Russian market next year. Well, we have already had an experience of Russian market in the past, and we knew its development prospects, and it was a huge deal. After short but very, very difficult reflection, we decided to change all our plans and to follow our instinct. I gave up my immigration to Canada, and in February 2005, we came to Moscow for the opening of the Russian market. We worked there for 10 years. We have reached a diamond rank and became club presidents members. And that were the greatest years of our collaboration with Nikken. We discovered and learned the profession of MLM in the field. And we took part in the opening of several countries like Kazakhstan and Ukraine. And when I say took part, it means we took our suitcases and we went to live at least 6 months at the place. That was an unforgettable experience for discovering not only these countries and people, but for discovering ourselves. At the end of my topic, I would like to say the following. In the world, there are a lot of ways to make a good living, no doubts. But there aren't a lot of places or companies where you can stay in harmony with your business career and your professional, personal development. This is not just for pretty words. This is really feeling my feeling through and my personal experience. This company and the people that I met in it have taught me to see the life on the right side, to appreciate courage, integrity, and to accept people the way they are, and to become, of course, open-minded. This is the real reason why 15 years later, I'm still with Nikken. Thank you very much.
Wow, Yulia, thank you so much. You know, what an experience and journey both you and Eric have enjoyed in these last 15 years. What you shared in regards to how you approach the business really reminds me of an interview that Jack Welch had, who is one of the great world-recognized CEOs, one of the most successful ones in the United States for sure, but definitely globally. He was being asked once by a group of business graduates. They were studying their MBAs, they just finished their studies, and they had a Q&A session with them. And one of the students asked him, what advice would you give us as graduates going into business? And he gave them 2 words. He said, if you're serious about business and you really want to make a difference, don't dabble. And what you shared is exactly what he said. You did not dabble. You jumped in and you had a great experience. And as a consequence, not just flourished in business, but discovered yourselves, which is really what it's all about as well, isn't it? It's this chance for us to become more. So wonderful. Thank you so much, Julia, for sharing that. We're going to now jump to the other side of the world, over to Colombia. Jaime, please unmute your line and join us. Please, we're excited to hear from you.
Ok, Verónica, ¿me ayudas con la traducción, por favor?
Aquí estoy.
Ok. Gracias por la invitación a todos ustedes. Un placer estar acá este día festivo. Para mí, Nikken ha sido todo un proceso de formación a nivel humano y financiero. Yo vengo de la industria financiera, banquera y farmacéutica. Conocí Nikken estando en ese ámbito y de entrada no lo vi como una opción de negocios que pudiera expandir porque tenía, digamos, que dudas en el concepto y en el modelo de negocio.
Hello, welcome everyone, and thank you for this invitation. I'm happy to be here with all of you. I'm Jaime Gonzalo Gutierrez. I am from Colombia, and I started the Nikken business without trusting or knowing what I was getting involved in. I come from the financial world, so it was not easy for me to make the decision to join this business. Córtale un poquito más corto para que si no se me van partes, Jaime.
Vale, listo. Ok, a medida que vi los números y el plan de compensación, me dio mucho interés comenzar a trabajar el tema del negocio por tener ingresos pasivos y residuales que en ese momento no tenía.
Okay. As soon as I studied the compensation plan and I started learning about the numbers, I saw that there was an opportunity here that I could do something with that.
Y a medida que tuve experiencia con las tecnologías y los productos, puntualmente con el producto con el que se lanzó Nikken en el 75, que fueron las plantillas, yo tuve una conexión ya a nivel humano con el beneficio que esto puede generar en la misma forma que generó en mí a muchas personas que me rodean.
I started getting involved with the products and I started learning about each one of them, especially with the first product that Nikken launched in 1975, the Nikken magnetic insoles. So I learned that there was something these products could do for every person.
Tuve una experiencia que comenzó a transformar esa parte a nivel de salud y bienestar. Y después de darme cuenta el beneficio que eso tuvo en mí, le comencé a contar a las personas pues cómo esto podía cambiar la vida de mucha gente. Así fue como comencé a desarrollar el negocio y vi la diferencia de venir del negocio tradicional donde tú vendes un producto, aquí vendes una experiencia, un estilo de vida.
I had a personal experience with this product, with the magnetic insoles. So I couldn't wait to tell everyone about it. And I started talking about my experience and how these products could impact and change the lives of many. So that's how I started the business, and that's how I started getting passionate about it.
Hoy, después de 16 años, me doy cuenta que estaba escrito en el camino de encontrar a Nikken porque de no haber sido así, el estilo de vida que yo tenía en el banco, que era muy estresado, era una persona que tenía malos hábitos alimenticios de todo tipo, tenía un nivel de estrés altísimo, quizás no estaría aquí ahorita sentado frente a ustedes.
I used to work for a bank, and I lived with very bad personal habits, health habits, and my lifestyle was not a healthy one. So Nikken changed the way I started doing things, and probably if I hadn't changed my lifestyle, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now. So Nikken, it's not just about products, it's about a way of life.
Fue exactamente cuando comencé a expandir y a contarle a todo el mundo lo que había encontrado, con toda la emoción y la pasión, y desde ese momento hasta hoy no he parado de hacerlo. He venido construyendo una cantidad de amigos y conocidos con los que hoy en día cuento una familia a nivel mundial como son ustedes en mi corazón.
So I started my Nikken journey 16 years ago, and from that day on, I have shared with everyone I know, with all my passion and all my will, what I have found. So I want everybody to know about this possibility and this opportunity, and that this is the way I have grown my business in many countries around the world.
Así es, entonces de esa manera es como he podido construir ya una empresa, algo que yo nunca pensé, siendo empleado de entidades financieras, poder lograr a tan bajo costo y con tan cero riesgo, y poder tener la posibilidad de ayudar a muchas personas en el mundo a expandir esto en muchos países como hasta ahora lo he hecho.
So I have achieved what I never dreamt of achieving, which is building my own business in many countries and being able to impact the lives of many people by sharing the Nikken opportunity.
Es algo que se hereda de la familia, es algo que se hereda de los amigos. La gente hoy en día me ve después de 15 años, me dice, ¿usted cómo bajó tanto de peso? ¿Usted cómo se ve diferente? Ya no tienes ese nivel de estrés que tenías antes en la cara. Se te ve diferente, eres otra persona.
So people see the results in me. People see that I have lost weight. People see that I'm healthier. And I started this business with very low cost payment to start it, and with no risk. So people have seen these changes on me, and 16 years after, I'm very grateful for that.
Nikken es algo que ha cambiado mi vida totalmente. He podido conocer también el mundo, he podido viajar con ustedes, como he podido viajar con Mike, conocí a Ben siendo presidente global, y eso ha sido para mí algo que también ha llenado de mucha emoción mi vida, el entablar conversaciones y amistades y familia con otras personas del mundo, y también la oportunidad de abrir todo lo que es Sudamérica y los países que están por abrir en América Latina.
Nikken has given me the opportunity of expanding my business and traveling a lot with my Nikken community. So I have had the opportunity to meet Mike and to meet Ben, and to meet other people that now are part of my Nikken family.
Gracias por esta oportunidad de poder abrirle, compartir con ustedes el beneficio que ha sido para mí esto, el impacto que esto ha tenido en mi vida. Y pues la idea es continuar por el resto de mi vida siendo un apóstol de Nikken a nivel mundial y poder ayudar a muchas personas a expandir y a lograr sus propósitos, porque el éxito que se logró ahora con el ascenso al diamante es el éxito de muchas personas de mi equipo, de muchas personas de la organización y de un socio de negocios que nos apoya y nos da el músculo financiero, el soporte para poder expandir esto en todo el mundo.
I thank you for inviting me to share with all of you the opportunity that life has given me of knowing Nikken and how it has worked for me and has changed my life. And now I share with all my passion to all the people around me, and I want everybody to know that this opportunity exists. So this is a life project for me, and I consider myself an ambassador for this company, for this project. So I'm happy to be a new diamond in the business, and this has been achieved by the hard work and effort of all my teammates that join my team.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jaime. Thank you so much. Wonderful experience there. And again, for everyone on the call, Jaime is one of Nikken's newest diamond distributors. That hard work that he talked about has certainly paid off, and that's a great rank and a great achievement that he's realized and brought to fruition here in his Nikken business. I'm not sure if you picked up, just really quickly before I go to the next speaker. Jaime shared his own journey, but he also shared, if you noticed, a formula that those that might be looking at Nikken and considering this about whether or not they should move in this direction with us might be wanting to take note of. He mentioned at first that he respected the questions that he had. He didn't just dismiss them and leave it alone. He challenged them, he embraced them, studied it out in his mind, did his research, asked the questions and challenged it. At the same time, when he got his answers, he became a product of the product. He used the products and had such a wonderful experience that it impacted him and gave him a personal conviction. So theory suddenly became reality. And with that personal experience came conviction, and with conviction came convincing teaching. And with that, he's gone out and become an ambassador and had great change on himself and on others for 16 years. I think that's absolutely tremendous. Thank you so much, Jaime. Now, Veronica, another diamond, a wonderful leader in the Nikken business out in Mexico. Please, over to you. We're excited to hear from you too.
Hi, Ben. Hi, everyone. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you for inviting me to join this call. I'm always happy to share my experience because I come from the corporate world. I studied business administration and finance, and never ever in my mind would have crossed to join a network marketing business. I thought that was totally off for me. For sure, I would have joined a network marketing company because of the image I had of those kind of business. So one day, I'm the mother of 3, and one day I was very tired of being in the corporate world, and my mother talked to me about Nikken. She knew Nikken since Nikken arrived in Mexico, and she had some products. And she was on an airplane flying back from Los Angeles, and the lady next to her talked about Nikken all the way from Los Angeles back to Mexico City. So she landed and she called me, "Why don't you explore this opportunity?" And I said, "Mom, you gotta be kidding me. This is about sales and this is about people. I don't like to sell. And I'm more of a small group person versus a big, huge community. So I had no chance there." So, but she said, "Well, just listen to what this lady has to say and open your mind, and you can probably hear something different." So as you all know, moms are always right, as well, mine is always right. So I took the chance, and I had that meeting, and I was in a very negative position, like, okay, yeah, what's next? I needed information to go back to my mom and say, "That's not for me, thank you." So I wanted that to be fast. But it appears to be that in that meeting, something happened, and I heard a story And something clicked in my mind and said, what if there's something for me in here? What if I take the chance? What if I don't sell, but I find a way that it's good for me and it feels good for me to do this? So I'll give it a try for 6 months. And I started growing. I achieved a silver rank like in 2 months, I think. And then I started growing the business, and I didn't even understand how, because as I told you, I don't like to sell, and I'm not like a super people person. So, but it started to grow, and I started to share, and this started to grow. So suddenly I met Bo, and Bo told me, Veronica, if I could build this business in Toronto, which is this big, and you're in Mexico City, which is this big, imagine what you can do. So I said, well, maybe this Canadian guy has a point. So I kept on going, and I kept on going. And I've been in Nikken for 9 years this month. I build a team. I consider it the best team of all, because extraordinary people have joined my team, and we share a life project. So coming from being like the super underdog of this business, I started growing and being passionate about the products and about the business. And now I can tell you that the best thing you can do is to open your mind, find something. I call it find your flag. Find your flag, that it's the one thing that you're going to do this for. It's for you, but what's that thing that it's going to keep you moving forward? And that's what I did. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So just take a chance, and you'll probably find something for you that you have no idea that you could find.
Oh, wow, Veronica, thank you so much. What a powerful and so relevant and such an important message. You know, there's, we don't need to be big extroverts, do we, to succeed and to thrive. And sometimes we worry that we've got to be like those flashy people that look like they've got all of that confidence in order to do it, and we don't. And I love what you said there. Just regardless of your personality type, you can find a way that works for you, and you can thrive and prosper. And that's exactly what Veronica has done in abundance. I've been able to work a little bit with her team a little while back, and just a great group of people that she's developed and worked with. They are wonderful, spectacular people. So thank you so much, Veronica. Great message. And as always, a great example. We're going to jump over to sunny Florida to meet with now Royal Diamond Susan Carver. Susan, do you want to unmute your line, please?
It's unmuted, I think. Yeah, okay, awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much. Isn't it fun for all of you that are watching this? I mean, we've gone all over the world here and from our seats with this technology. And Nikken truly is a global opportunity. And one of the things that after we talk about global is we want to look at that word of opportunity. And for all of you that are listening right now, there's a reason why you decided to spend some time away from your family and relaxing this weekend to listen to this. There's something, curiosity, a desire for change, something drew you in to actually listen to this information. And so there's 4 things I want to expand upon in this short amount of time. Is number 1 is, if you're going to have a good business, whatever it is, whatever you're doing, you've got to have this rule of 4 that I think is something that is, I heard a long time ago, that I think is invaluable. And allow me just a couple of minutes to show you how Nikken is exactly that fit. The rule of 4 is basically a product that people want and need. Number 2, you want to have something that people don't have yet. If you're really going to go into virgin markets and explode. The third thing, it needs to be affordable. It can't be $10,000 for something that makes you feel better. And the last thing it needs to be is there to make a profit. So all of the people in the community that are involved say, hey, I can put my time in this, but I'm going to receive something back. And ladies and gentlemen, Nikken is the absolutely epitome of that rule of 4. Number 1, we have a product that people want and need. The products that this Japanese company markets is what sets us completely different from anything you've ever seen. This product is not, oh, it's another this, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. It is so cutting edge and so different. And I'll prove that point in just a minute, that it's a product that people want and need. It's not a luxury item. We have things for the sugar disease. We have things for discomfort. So many natural answers for so many problems that drugs and surgery kind of making an inroad in, but we have a natural solution that really works a high percentage of the time with no contraindications. So that's number 1, we have a product that people want and need. Number 2, they don't have it yet. Market penetration is so little. So you've got a great opportunity globally in your backyard, but also globally to make an impact and to grow and expand your business. And the third thing is it needs to be affordable. Absolutely, the products are affordable. I've got some insoles here in my shoes that are 8 years old. So it cost me about $2 a month to have more energy. And if I did have the sugar problem, which is a growing problem, diabetes is out of control globally. Yeah, who can afford $1 or $2 a month to have something that actually helps and makes a difference? And then the last thing, it needs to be something that's profitable. I was looking for something many years ago because I was trapped in a $30,000 a year job and I needed something that was really, really going to be good. And I found it here in Nikken. My income has gone from, my first check I think was about $71, and it's just skyrocketed all these years. And it's really been a great return on investment. So the final thing I just wanted to share with you is this one little graphic here, and that is this graphic. Now we know we're in very, very hard times, difficult times, but this is something I wanted to just end with. Let me move this over a little bit. This is my home-based business. For some of you that wonder, do we have a product that people want and need? Do they need it? Well, this is the business from my home here. My personal sales, Veronica said she doesn't like sales, was $417. $417 is what I personally did in July. But I have a business that did over 1.2 million. 1.2 million in 30 days during the worst global economic health crisis and financial crisis. So I think I proved my point. If you're looking for something, product that people want and need, but they don't have yet, priced to be affordable, which we have, yet priced to make a profit and be able to change your lifestyle, this is the thing that you really need to take a look at. And that's the reason I got involved with Nikken. I had that instinct all those years ago. And today it proves more relevant and more powerful than ever before. So you're looking for change, you're looking for something different, you've got some curiosity, please dig into this, because I found the perfect 4 for business and it's fit me all these years. And I'm so grateful I'd made that decision.
Wow, Susan, yeah, I'm not sure what I can add to that. You know, I've commented after everyone else. That's a great conclusion, you know, to these testimonials and experiences that we've heard kicking off this call today. And you're right. You know, you look at everything that Nikken offers. You look at the environment that we live in today. You look at the opportunity that is on the table, and you see a chance for stability, security, profitability, and incredible growth and prosperity. So thank you so much, Susan. You're a thriving, living example of not just what the business can do, but what it can help us to become. Yeah, I'll just conclude with this comment before I pass back to Mike. Yeah, one of the reasons I believe that Nikken has thrived is not just the business model or the products, it's its cause, its philosophy of humans being more, helping people to get balance in the 5 pillars of health: healthy mind, body, family, society, and finances. What you'll have noticed that was consistent across the board here was each and every one of these people, although they came from different countries and each had different backgrounds, each had a similar experience in the way that Nikken helped them to become more and to become better. They feel enriched, they feel transformed, they feel invigorated, and it's because of the opportunity that Nikken has given them to do just that. This is a great thing. Each of these people that have spoken are people that I admire, I look up to, and I want to emulate in some way. So thank you so much for your examples. And I'm going to pass the time back to Mike to introduce the next section.
Thank you. Wow. Great stories. Amazing. So we're going to go to our second segment with host Ruth and Robert Lowe. They're going to introduce us to a better way. Ruth and Robert come from San Diego, California. Ruth was originally a CPA for 19 years, then left the corporate world to be an at-home mom. Robert, a program manager in the aerospace industry for 35 years. They're married for 33 years, 2 children. They've been involved in Nikken 19 years, achieved the rank of platinum, and currently 3-time member of the prestigious Nikken Team Kaizen for years 2017, 2019, and 2020. Take it away, Ruth and Robert.
I apologize. I'm sorry, I couldn't unmute myself. I apologize. Okay, can you guys see the slide? It looks so different. Okay, well, we'll go with it. Okay, so I love this slide because we look at this woman and she's just singing her heart out and she's just owning her own power and she is truly understanding the concept of humans being more. However, today, as we look at things, we have a lot of stress, right? We have the pandemic right now. We have racial tension. We have people losing jobs. We have children sitting behind computers all day long because they're zooming into school. It creates a lot of stress for us. So how do we handle something like that? Well, it's all about choices. I used to tell my kids all the time, we are where we are today because of the choices that we make. So every choice that you make determines where you will end up. And if you consistently make these small choices, they could be good or not so good, and all of them will still have results. But if you make small choices that are consistent every day over time, you will experience a radical difference. And these results can affect your income, your health, your relationships, your happiness, even your level of success. So we're going to talk today about a better way. A better way represents active wellness and collaborative entrepreneurship. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes.
So we're going to talk about the solution. Solution is Nikken. Okay, Nikken was formed in Japan in 1975. It's currently headquartered in Irvine, California. It's based on the principle of a balance of 5 pillars of wellness in the body, mind, family, society, and fitness. The main purpose is to achieve balance in all 5. Imagine if you have an imbalance in one area, very likely you will have imbalance on all 5. So ask yourself this question: is your life in balance? Do you have active wellness? So one of the main causes of stress is finance in a lot of family. Now I'm going to explain to you why. Right, in the cash flow quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki, the guy who did the Rich Dad Poor Dad, there's only 4 ways. There are 4 ways to produce income. One of them is linear. The other one is leverage. As an employee, you're basically almost stuck in a box. You're told what to do, and your income is proportional to the time you put in. So you're trading time for money. You could be self-employed, which you own your own job. However, you do have a lot of other overhead that you have to worry about. Again, you have to produce. You got to put in time to get the money. Another way to do this is as a business owner. In this case, as a McDonald's franchise owner, you have people working for you, making the money. Or you could be an investor, like Mr. Warren Buffett, who has a lot of money and then has leveraged the money to make money for him. But overall,
Oops, I'm so sorry. Do you guys, can you still see our screen?
in the 4 quadrant, okay.
No.
Wait, one second, can you still see our screen?
No, you need to screen share again.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Let's try this. Now, can you see our screen?
Perfect.
Okay, thank you.
Ruth was giving me time to catch my breath. So in the trading time for money scenario, 95% of the population own 5% of the wealth. As a business owner or investor, there's only maybe 5%, maybe even less of the population. They own 95% of wealth. There's a significant imbalance. So structurally, our society is set up not the right way to for every one of us. And I think we have a better solution. So gig economy has been around for a while. Right? One of the reasons why it is so popular, it's catching a lot of steam, is because of millennial joining the workforce. They desire mobility. They desire work-life balance. And the reason why it is so popular is because for the employers who drive the gig economy, it's also very cost efficient. Next. For instance, Uber, they were about $68 billion in 2017. Now they're $100 billion. It's growing pretty rapidly. Amazon tripled in volume from 2017 to 2020. Actually, I did some research this morning. Amazon was only a $30 billion company in 2008. So basically increased 30 times over the past 12 years. In the previous slide, they all leverage the power of the internet, ability to access the worldwide market. That's why Amazon and Uber was so successful. One of the four of the reasons why online business is such a great investment is scalability. Scalability means the ability to grow in size, do more business, and without the worry of the overhead, and also give you high margin. Also, online business allow you a lot of freedoms. And again, with the internet, it just really allow you to reach the worldwide. So again, the world is your oyster. So I'm going to talk a little bit about leverage and scalability. We already talked about scalability. Amazon leveraged their platform, leveraged the folks who provide inventory, and it's been growing and growing. And Uber, they leverage that platform again and reaching people, and also leverage the people who provide their own vehicle. We have an even better story. In Nikken, we leverage their platform, we leverage their inventory systems, we leverage all the infrastructure Nikken provide, and we grow our business. I think it's a perfect match.
So I love this screen also because we can do our business virtually from anywhere. Perfect example, 2 weeks ago before my daughter went to college, she said, "Mom, I want to go to the beach every single day before I leave." I'm like, okay, so every morning for a week, we went to the beach, and I was able to do my business, support my customers, and also my team members while I was at the beach. And really, we have a complete e-commerce opportunity here. For $99, you can join and be part of our global wellness community. How cool is that? So what do Nikken entrepreneurs do? We actually help others choose active wellness and teach them how to live life in balance. We offer them opportunity and income. We help them find customers, help them create their teams. It's all about compound and leverage. And when you combine all of that, you get to be with like-minded people that love to grow and to make a difference in other people's lives. To me, that's a great thing to do. So what is collaborative entrepreneurship? I think it is the Nikken advantage. Just earlier, when Jaime was even saying, it is a easily integrated into your life, right? And it's low cost of entry. To me as an accountant, that makes a lot of sense. It is a turnkey operation, but the best part is we have leadership development. I love that we don't just grow as a business person, but we also grow personally. And to me, that is a much bigger benefit in taking advantage of this Nikken advantage. So it really is the perfect gig for the gig economy.
So how do we do that? So Nikken has a proven process for creating change. First, make a commitment to join Nikken, right? And start enjoying the incentives, the extra cash bonus, and earn luxury trips that could be yours. And then once you join, you can share and promote the wonderful product, as well as the business opportunity and the cost, right? The cost of the five pillars of wellness. Then you do that by inviting people to both talk about the product, to experience the product, and the business, or both. And what they can do, they will ship the product and do all the stuff I talked about early on. Like, you know, they do R&D, they do warehousing, operations, and etc. And once that happened, Nikken will send you a commission check. And if there's a special offer that's going on, they will send you whatever the special offer is, bonuses. Nikken's really good at recognition, and you can also earn the luxury trip. And the process starts over. That's where the leverage comes in. We'll talk to that a little bit later on in the slide deck.
So here are a wide range of our benefits and our rewards. And as you can see, there's 6 ways that Nikken rewards us. For me, my favorite is the incentive trip. Robert and I have earned it 3 times. We've been to Cancun, to Italy, we're going to New York, and we're on our way to earning the Hawaii trip for next year. But as an accountant, it wouldn't be right if I didn't share with you my favorite benefit, and that is the tax benefits. You know, it's not on the screen because it's not like we get paid that, but what happens is when you own your own business, we get paid first, not Uncle Sam. And to me, that is a wonderful benefit.
And I love it.
He does. So the incentive program that Nikken has, for us, it has been our business plan. For the past few years, we would take a look at the incentive plans and build our business plan around this incentive. And it's very simple, clearly thought out by Nikken. We start with step 1 and we work our way to step 6. So what is active wellness? It's the concept of active wellness homes. So I always like to share with people. So it's a home, not a house. A house is merely 4 walls and a roof, right? But what we are talking about is a home. A home is like our sanctuary. That's where we are to be safe, to be comfortable, to nurture. It's really a great place. And so having this active wellness concept that creates this Nikken wellness home, it totally makes sense. And it so resonates with me and my family. So now for a little bit of bad news, right? So today we have a lot of burdens on our body. And when you look at these things, we have lots of stress, as we mentioned earlier. A lot of people are not sleeping well. They're not getting deep quality sleep. Did you know that 1 night's poor sleep actually affects your immune system by 60%? Now, those of you that have had babies know if your child doesn't sleep through the night, it's a terrible day the next day, right? We know how it affects us. And then the indoor and outdoor air. Here in California, our outdoor air is pretty toxic, but actually indoor air is worse. And young children and the elderly are very much affected by the indoor air quality. And then we have water. Now we all know there's tap water that's pretty toxic, but the other challenge is we have plastic bottled water, right? And that hurts our environment. It fills up our landfills. It ruins our oceans, and yeah, it's so not good. So we have all these things that are burdening and taxing our body. It's not a good picture, folks, but we have a solution. Now this screen, for me, is very disheartening. There are some massive health challenges or trends, but the challenge is it's affecting our next generation. It's affecting our children. So obesity has been growing tremendously over the past, 15 years. But when we look at our children, they are also being challenged by this. Many of them are not eating well. They're doing processed foods. They're not exercising. They're not going out and get people to play. I mean, I know my next door neighbor's child now is going to school at 8 a.m. and staying in front of a computer until 3 p.m. because she gets a 20-minute lunch break and an 8-minute passing period. But she's on the computer all day. She is not moving. So obesity makes sense when you think of the environment that we've created today, and it's affecting our next generation.
So what is the answer? The answer is take personal responsibility through self-care. We can choose active wellness, right? And active wellness is a process where people become more aware and they make choices for themselves, leading to a successful existence. So you have a choice. Be healthy by choice, not by chance. We'll talk a little bit more on the next slide. So in comes the Nikken Wellness Home. If you're any normal human being, you have to breathe, you have to drink water, you have to sleep, you have to absorb, taking the energy that the earth offers and God created, the sunlight, the ocean, negative ion, and also the magnetic field, right? And you also need the nutrition to keep your body functioning. So why not keep your body in the best shape? Because you want to protect your body from the outside in and inside out. So once you protect your body, then you can now work on the other, lead to the balance in the other 4 pillars.
So we have these wellness products, and I feel like these are tremendous technologies. It is really science that replicates nature. everything we have supports and puts our body in balance. And the best part, it's all natural, right? There's nothing chemically based. And so we break them up into 3 categories. We have nutrition and skincare and healthcare. Our nutrition is the top of the line. Our skincare has, the whole line is eco certified, which is very prestigious. And we have wonderful healthcare. Hair care. So, and the next category is environmental. And to me, that's really important. For us in California, obviously the air is an issue, but water is an issue. So we have a solution for that. And the other thing I like to point out is many people, oh yeah, they get it. We have to drink good water, but they totally forget about bathing in good water. So thank goodness Nikken has a solution for that in the environmental category. And then the last but not least category is rest and relaxation. We have, I call it nighttime technology and daytime protection. We have a sleep system that allows us to sleep in deep REM sleep so our body can heal itself while we're sleeping. And then during the day, we have these technologies like our necklace and insoles and seat cushions that protect us during the day from all the toxicity like 5G that's all around us. So what Nikken has done is they've created these packs, and I love, well, because I love saving money, these packs generate a 10% savings. But this is the thing. Remember earlier we were talking about choices, and so it's all about choices. You have a choice. Whoever just came on, if you could just mute yourself, that'd be great. I'm not sure. If you could mute yourself, that'd be fabulous. Thank you. So anyway, back to choices. You can choose to start with 1 pack, and that would be a good choice. Or you can decide to add a 2nd pack, and that would be a better choice. But you can also choose to do a 3rd pack. So you've created the whole wellness home, and that actually is the best choice. But you can have that choice. Like I said, you are where you are today from the choices that you've made. Oh, and when you do all that, if you do 2 or more packs, you will then create Power Start, which is the first step of our incentive program.
So our mission is to make every home a wellness home. You can open your account today. You can go into the Discover it, Live it, and Share it process. First, you could become a customer or could become a consultant. As I mentioned previously, if you are a customer or consultant, you can share with your friends and family, and they'll find additional customers and additional consultant, and they share, and the process repeats itself. Eventually, we all could become influencer and make the world an active wellness world. So how amazing.
So we are growing a global wellness community, and it's about leveraging and compounding like we shared earlier. But if I bring your attention to the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, here is our model. We start with ourselves. We invested in a wellness home for us and our family, which is very important to us. And then we decided to go out there and share with others. Yes, we do get some customers because it's important that people get educated, and we teach them how to keep their life in balance. And then we look for 3 business partners or more. And each of our business partners will do the same thing that we have done, invest in their own health and then share with others. It is about collaboration. It is about growing this community. We love that we have this global wellness community. So welcome. When you choose to do this, welcome to our community. Now, Robert and I have shared the Nikken Advantage and the Better Way with you. And when you make the decision to align with Nikken, I just know it has an opportunity to make a huge difference in your lives and others. So if you have any questions, please reach out to the person that invited you here today. And we're so glad that you joined us. Over to you, Gary.
Please join us.
Thank you, Ruth and Robert. That was an excellent presentation. And my name's Gary Lindner. It's my honor to host our health professional panel. But before I start with that, I'd like everybody to go into the chat and put where you're from and what your background is. I think it's interesting for us all to kind of see our global wellness community. And kind of where you'll notice people come from all different areas of the globe and with very different backgrounds. So this is an opportunity pretty much for everybody. So the health professionals panel, many times in our live events is some of the most popular. And it's always been a privilege for me to participate or to host one. And today's very special. I have 3 health professionals that we'll be talking with, and I'm going to ask each of them 3 questions, and then I will introduce the speakers individually. So the 3 questions I'm going to ask are what about Nikken initially caught your attention? And how did this relate to your background at that time? The second question, what do you believe is the importance of Nikken products and technologies in today's world, in a modern world? And the third question is, if you were to recommend one product or technology for someone to make a choice for a healthier life, what would that product be and why? So our first speaker is Linda Morris. Linda lives in Florida. She is an integrative healing and well-being consultant for 24 years. Linda began this path due to her own health crisis that traditional medicine couldn't find answers for. Through her own persistence and quest for a better health, she has now assisted thousands of individuals to be healthy by choice. Linda, welcome. Glad you're on.
Thank you, Gary. And I know initially you asked me to be part of the healthcare practitioners. I'm like, I'm not technically one.
Well, I'm not either, so.
Okay. But, you know, thanks to Nikken, I became one technically, you know, non-technically, because in college, I really didn't like science. But what Nikken has created with all of these amazing technologies based on nature, I became interested and I wanted to learn more. So I did learn more, and I started taking courses, and I just, my whole world started to expand and grow, because opportunity is everywhere when you pay attention and when you're on your path. And that's part of the beauty of humans being more, is we become more, and we are interested in more, and we're intrigued with more. And that's actually what I did. So I didn't have the formal education and training that that a traditional integrative health practitioner has, but I've added to it, and I love what I do. I love everything that I do. But Nikken has been the catalyst, and it's my lifestyle. I live it every day, no matter where I am. You know, the Nikken products are vital for everyone. It doesn't matter, you know, what the age, whether you're a baby, a child, a teenager, an adult, a senior, or a very senior. Our products help everyone, because once again, they're based on nature, and nature is what our body is designed to live in. So our Nikken products are usually friendly for everyone. We don't have the negative effects that much of traditional medicine can bring in. Ours are, you know, so we can be secure in knowing that whatever you introduce to people, it's all going to be for good. And that is really important when you're looking at a company. It's like you can have trust in Nikken. Everything they bring to us is going to be good. It's going to be healthy. And sometimes we will be the coach for that person as they start using them, because they only work if you're using them. But it's so easy to incorporate into our lives. You know, the sleep system, you go to bed, you sleep. You put on your shoes and you have insoles in. You wear a magnetic necklace, bracelet. It's just part of the lifestyle. You shower in good water. You drink good, clean, quality, healthy water every day. So it's really easy to use. And a lot of these products, like the Nikken duct tape, I love this product. And it's a great door opener for people. You just put it on them. I always have a folding pair of scissors and duct tape in my purse. And it's amazing how many doors this little box has opened for people. So that's another important part. And let's see, I'm carrying on all the questions. I'm reading. If I was going to choose one product to introduce somebody to, it would be the wellness home. I can't choose one. But you have to ask questions of people to find out where they're at, what their needs are, what their family needs are. And what you just have to start. You always have to just ask more questions, because everyone is different. So sometimes it is going to be the water system. In fact, as Ruth was talking, I'm like, all of my close friends, they all have waterfalls. They all have shower filters. They have daytime products. I looked at all my friends like, yeah, everywhere I go, and my friends, they all have these products. So that's how we do turn into an influencer, is because we walk our talk. And I'm never pushy. You can ask any of my friends. I'm never pushy about products. They usually come to me and ask me. And, you know, being a clinical sales rep, I go to a lot of doctors' offices. I do lunch and learns for them. And sometimes they'll ask me for a product, and I'm like, we don't have anything for that in this line. However, based on what you're saying, have you heard of Nikken? Because I believe there's some products there that are the only solution for the situation.
Excellent. So what do you think, Linda? Just give me briefly, why is it so important right now that people pay attention to this, and why do you think a wellness home is a nice solution?
Well, first of all, a lot of people are working from home right now anyway. So make your environment great. And then I do have clients that come to my house. This is my office that we're in right now, and it's a wellness office. I have my air filter over here. I always give them water. But everybody wants what we have. They just don't know it yet. They haven't been introduced to it. They don't know about it. And to be able to help people have a better quality of life and maybe not be as concerned about every cold and flu that walks the earth. I'm not worried. Like I said, my mom just flew into town yesterday. We're not worried because we take steps every day. We take Nikken nutritionals every day. We get good quality sleep every night. We're doing those things to stay healthy and have a better quality of life. Who do you know that doesn't need that?
Yep, absolutely true. Well, thank you, Linda. And whether you had formal education in health or not, you're usually the first person I call about a product question or anything else. So
I know how to Google.
Yeah, you're a wealth of information, and thank you. So our next speaker comes from Belton, Texas, and this is Sandy Meeker. And Sandy's a nurse, and she has a master's in nurse management. She's also an adjunct professor at the University of Mary Hardin, Baylor University in Belton, Texas. And she's taught nursing for approximately 10 years. And now she is retired from that. And she and her husband Lyle are great friends and great Nikken advocates. So Sandra, how about you?
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Okay, we were introduced to Nikken approximately 14 years ago, and we got the initial rollout, and then we bought the wellness home. But I understood that there were a lot of things available, and initially we got the rollout and did all those things. But as I started to understand more about Nikken, and we got the air machine and everything, and I was taking a lot of allergy medicines because of the cedar and things that blow here in Texas. But as we got through to the wellness home and the air filter and things, I ended up not taking any medicine, and it was awesome. Now on my nursing students, I'm going to go on to that. Nursing students are never taught prevention, especially at the school there I was. And they are courses like in pharmacology and all other things. But I would talk to them a little bit about, not Nikken specifically, but about areas of prevention. And after my classes, they would come to me and talk and ask me questions, and I sold several waterfalls and things like that to students. But one of my favorite things is the water system. We get calls oftentimes or news or papers from the water department saying that there's high levels of chemicals and stuff in our water. But also they were telling us to also boil our water. Well, Nikken waterfall takes all of the contaminants out and removes everything and makes it healthier for us. Bottled water obviously is not good, and most of society is very dehydrated, and drinking the right amount of water, half your body weight in water every day, as Gary Linder always talks about, helps us keep people healthy. So that's kind of what we've done, and that's it.
Well, great. Thank you, Sandy. And let me chat about that just for a minute, because I had a conversation with somebody just the other day, and when I was recommending they drink half their body weight in ounces of water daily, they they weren't buying it. I mean, they really weren't. And I asked them, I said, so I use this analogy, and I asked them, I said, do you have a pet, a dog? And they go, yeah, we have a dog. I said, what does your dog weigh? They said, about 50 pounds. I said, monitor how much water your dog drinks daily. They will naturally drink at least about half their body weight in ounces. So whether we're talking a dog, a cat, a cattle, whatever animal. And animals instinctively know what they need. So a day or two later, the guy called me up and said, you're absolutely right. I measured in ounces how much water my dog drank each for a couple days, and you're right. I said, yeah, it may sound like a lot, but you know, we lose 10 cups a day just through breathing and perspiration and excretion. So we need to replace that. And you know, those of you that know me know I'm a big advocate for water too. So anyway, Sandy, thank you very much. I appreciate your participation.
Even if you give pets a bowl of, you know, just regular water and a bowl of pie water, they will go to the pie water.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So thanks, Sandy. Appreciate it. So our next health professional is a good friend of mine, Dr. John Jackson. John lives in Santa Cruz with his lovely wife, Annette. John received his bachelor degree in chemistry from UCLA and his medical school at George Washington University, followed by internal medicine residency at UCLA. Dr. Jackson is board certified and a fellow of the American College of Physicians. And at the end of 2006, John left a 25+ year practice with its focus on diagnosis and management of disease and chose prevention or self-care. So Dr. John, I'll turn it over to you for the same 3 questions.
Thanks, Dr. Gary, and hello, everyone. Like most doctors, I went into medicine to help people with their health. Without health, what do you have? You can't really enjoy that nice car, that house, that productive business or profession. Health is key, it's fundamental. Another reason to be healthy, we don't want our kids caring for sick parents. My mother-in-law lived with us and she didn't want to be a burden on the family, a common sentiment. Now, another lesson in life came to me after my wife was hit by a drunk driver. She had ill health for 15 years and conventional medicine didn't work for her. No disrespect, but we doctors don't always have a cure or even a certain diagnosis. Annette and I prayed for wisdom about what to do next and found something natural. And then I saw Nikken give my wife her health back in just 3 days. Hey, everybody, I know each person is different, each case unique, but I was more than curious about Nikken's water and sleep systems that helped Annette so quickly. So I began studying what helps the body work like God designed it to repair, regenerate, stay well. And convinced by the results rather than the theories, and feeling the need to offer alternatives, knowing that conventional medicine doesn't always have the answers, I switched specialties to this complementary, integrative, self-directed approach to health. Now, in today's world, what do we hear a lot about? COVID-19, right? And who is most at risk? People over 70 years of age and those with other illnesses are hit the hardest. What do I advise personally? Please learn all you can about ways to help your immune system work really well. That's the original remedy, if you will, for most challenges to the body, all without risk or side effects. And the basic recipe, it's pretty simple. First, clean or detox the body. Anybody living in our modern world, breathing polluted air outside and indoors, drinking water with chemicals going by unpronounceable names, eating genetically modified non-organic food, maybe taking medications made offshore with uncertain quality control. Literally everyone has toxins to eliminate that are a burden to the body, as we've heard. So thankfully there are safe and effective ways to unburden, to cleanse. Now next, use the technologies you've been hearing about during these presentations to help bring nature to where we live. A more perfect work environment for our bodies, pure ionized air, clean alkaline water that can carry extra oxygen, an energy cocoon for deep sleep that restores, and daytime products to maintain the energy charge you received at night, as well as whole superfood-based nutritional support. Finally, may I suggest a little meditation, a little prayer to identify bad habits that need reform and attitudes to change. How about a little more grace and a little more gratitude? Those can't hurt. So what Nikken technology do I most often recommend for starters? Nikken water helps the body detox or cleanse itself and offers alkaline support for our defenses. Jade Greenzymes, a super green food, can add and help a lot in the same ways. And of the array of Nikken technologies that join hands and energies to create the best wellness supporting atmosphere at home, a wellness home we call it, I love the sleep system. Quality sleep is the most prognostic indicator for quality longevity. So I want to thank you for considering any changes you may want to make personally. An investment in your health is well worth it. Thank you, Dr. Gary.
Thank you, Dr. John. And you said it when you started, because without our health, we don't have much of anything. And the other part you alluded to as well is supporting our immune system. So whether we're talking about chronic disease or infectious disease, the first thing we need to do is be very diligent, self-care, if you will, that we have a strong immune system, because that's what, you know, keeps us healthy, really. So I think we have time for one more question. And I think for our participants on the health panel, I think maybe their path through Nikken was very similar to me, and where initially I was very curious about our technologies and our products. And that didn't necessarily mean that initially I wanted to share that information a lot on a global level, if you will, and build a business. So for each of you, and I'll start with you, Linda, what was your impetus to take what you learned and then actually develop a Nikken organization and a successful business?
Well, it's interesting, kind of like you. I was asked to join Nikken business, and I said no. I think maybe 7 times I said no. I didn't want a business. At the time, I was a flight attendant, and I lived in St. Pete, and I was working out of St. Louis. So I commuted, and we had, I traveled a lot. So I didn't really want anything else. But then one day I was asked a different question. I was asked, well, do you know other people that live with that debilitating agony that you had for 22 years? I'm like, yeah, I do. I know several. Are you going to keep this from them? I'm like, oh no, I've got to help them. I've got to tell them. It's morally wrong to keep it from people that are suffering. And that was what launched me in Nikken. And that's actually where I went to the Humans Via More training, and my mind just started to open up to possibility. I met all these other people that had great results, and we're building a business. And I'm like, well, I think I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. I'm going to do that. So that was mine. And it was like, wow, yeah, there's a lot of other people that need what Nikken has. And if I don't tell them, they won't know about it.
So out of a sense of obligation to share and help others.
Yep.
So,
and it was the right question. It was, and it wasn't about me. It was about other people.
Yeah. Let's move over to Sandy. What kind of was you or you and Lyle's decision to build a business?
Well, I think it was more prevention. You know, a lot of people take medications, and medications are very toxic to the body. It varies. And I think staying healthy, I'm 75 years old, and I'm thinking I'm very, very healthy. And I think all of the things that the products, we take every product, and I think it keeps us very, very healthy. And even through this COVID things, I swear the immunity is keeping us very, very healthy.
Well, excellent. And I think that's our top selling product right now too. And, yeah. Dr. John, over to you.
Well, I guess as a Missouri mule type, I didn't jump right in. I didn't actually say much of anything. I listened a lot and tried to study and understand things I'd never learned in medical school. And that, even after seeing real live results with my wife, you can note a little bit of stubbornness, I suppose. But no one wants to be a fool. You don't want to promote something that really is not legitimate. And People deserve better. And I kind of agree with what's already been said. For us, it was a moral obligation. Once you became convinced that this thing really works and can help people get out from under all kinds of burdens in life, keeping your mouth quiet is just not defensible. And then I really had the pleasure early in life of working in a doctor's office with my wife assisting me as a nurse. So when the kids came along, she thought her primary duty was to work in the home and to help the kids. But they're grown up now, and Nikken has given us a chance to reunite, so to speak, as a marital experience, working Nikken together, and not just on their home turf, but all around the world. And we all know you probably have different ways of saying it. Our world is hurting. It's not just the virus thing. It's not just the language barrier sometimes. It's not just the cultural differences. Our world is in pieces, if I may just call it that. But I think Nikken has a way of knitting things together. We just see beautiful unity, sowing the seeds of Nikken, whether it be South America or Europe, wherever you may be traveling. So again, it's just a very delightful blessing to have in our lives.
Thank you, John, and I agree with you. So thank you all, and thank everybody who participated. We're getting a little, Michael, I'm going to turn it back over to you to kind of wrap up today's event.
All righty. Well, thank you to our panel, and thank you, Dr. Gary, for hosting that. That was wonderful. So let me just do a quick recap, and I have a short video to introduce you to. It's only seconds long, but it will introduce you to something that's coming up in about a month, less than a month's time. That's a very, very vital event that, should you decide to get involved with us, you're going to want to build towards. So let me just quickly recap. What are the options for getting involved? So essentially, there are three ways of looking at getting involved with us. Obviously, the first being a customer. You've heard a lot about the products and how the products seem to be the starting point of the journey in Nikken, and that's obvious and sensible. It's hard to talk about and promote something that you're not familiar with or you're not a fan of. So we first become raving fans of the products through some personal experience, quite typically. And as a consumer, there's no cost of entry. You can register yourself as a customer on the person's webpage who introduced you. We each all have our own personal webpage as part of our distributorship. And so as a customer, you can get an ID number, and then you can go in anytime you want and place an order online at your leisure in your own personal account, something I highly recommend. And stay tuned for upcoming announcements and so forth that Nikken will keep you abreast of, particularly with new product launches, as will be introduced shortly. A Nikken consultant is really somebody who has paid that $99 fee for registration, in which they now have access to a back office, that thing that Ruth was talking about, where you can do your business from anywhere. Literally, it's a virtual office, and you have access to your account. You're able to register customers, place orders, look at price lists, and everything you would need to be equipped to run an online business, taking advantage of Nikken's platform. They also provide you with a front office, which is that personal web page that you can direct people to learn more about the products and that they can get registered. So a Nikken consultant can participate in the Nikken compensation plan and start generating that income from sharing the information with others. You've heard from a lot of our speakers today that they sort of got started and things started happening. And essentially that's the key, is to get started. And as you start to become familiar with Nikken and the tools that are there in your back office, you'll find yourself growing a business, even though you may have not even intended to. Now, our final category is really more of a mindset, and that's the influencer. If you're like me and some of us on this call who are very, very motivated to make a difference in the world, and maybe you are looking for a vehicle to enhance your ability to do that, Nikken is an incredible vehicle. I think Susan's numbers demonstrate, even though she may have been personally involved in transactions that led to about $400 of business in that month, she did over $1 million of business because of the team of people that she helped to influence to learn about Nikken, who in turn influenced others, and who in turn influenced others. And that wave has continued to perpetuate. For me, it's been 28 and a half years where I've been enjoying the benefits of a wave that I gave birth to from my home office in my bedroom in my dad's house a long, long time ago. Dropping that pebble in a pond can have a ripple effect with Nikken that can go on for generations. So I encourage you to get a look at the potential of being an influencer and plugging into the network of people that are here to support you. So having said that, let me share with you this very, very brief video introducing you to an event that's taking place next month. We were going to have a world convention for the Nikken's 45th anniversary convention in New York City this past year. But of course, with the clampdown everywhere in the world, especially in New York, that didn't happen. So they elected to postpone it, but because that's progressed and continued, they decided to go online. So in about a month's time, we're going to have a very, very special event online. It's a 2-day event. It's in October 16th and 17th. And here is the promo to introduce you to this event.
We would like to invite you to our Nikken celebration of wellness and life on October 16 and 17. Our celebration will focus on the 5 pillars of wellness that are central to our company philosophy. We will host global experts to help deepen our understanding of each pillar: mind, body, family, finances, and society. Your assistance is crucial because you will act as the seed that allow each of these concepts to cross borders and oceans and even soar to the skies. Please invite the people you believe can be nurtured by the knowledge that upholds the 5 pillars of wellness. Invite your family, friends, and anyone you know who would benefit from learning about active wellness through this valuable meeting. Sign up for the first ever Nikken Virtual Convention. We will be sending you detailed information very soon. We are counting on you. Join us.
And there you have it. So we welcome you to join us in Nikken and join us for that upcoming event. Take full advantage of the fact that it is an open event, and its guests are very, very welcome to learn more about Nikken from the perspective of the company and the speakers that they have lined up to introduce us more to the concept of the 5 pillars of wellness. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your day, your time. Thank you to our speakers, our co-hosts. We hope you enjoyed this information session, and this video will be available for a short time, shortly, that you can share with others for a limited time and introduce them. That could help you as well, teach people about what's coming up. So again, thanks everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Cheers.